Oh, look at the little puppers. What? Oh no. Oh no, that's no pupper! It's a doggo! Well, I have the ultimate in anti-doggo technology. Fucking hentai! You know, a fucking year ago I mentioned wanting to talk about Bloodborne. I had recently completed the Old Hunters and was coming off of a very large high of it until about a week or two ago. I hadn't even touched the game, and when I went back into it, it was to immediately dive into my first attempt at New Game Plus. So, tackling the game in a different environment a fucking year later, do I even still want to talk about the same things? Would I even have the same feelings? Bloodborne is a game in its own goddamn league. Soulsborne, it's a phrase I have used multiple times, and much like Metroidvania, I've come to despise it. You know what it refers to, that style that the Souls series and Bloodborne share. But they don't really share a style. Yes, on the surface it's practically a copy-paste, even the controls are identical with some minor exceptions or two. But I want you to undertake an experiment with me. Close your eyes. Now imagine what the screen looks like when you're fighting a mob in Dark Souls. Now imagine the same mob being fought in Bloodborne. Now do that again, but with boss fights. Open your eyes. They're entirely fucking different, right? Even the fastest weapons in Dark Souls aren't nearly as quick as Bloodborne's mid-range weapons, and even the slowest Bloodborne weapons are blurs compared to Dark Souls. Dark Souls is plotting countermaneuvers, while Bloodborne focuses on quick, decisive reactions. Souls has you plotting your boss fights, whereas Blood has you focusing on learning weapon types versus enemy types. The series plural focuses heavily on learning the mechanics and how to use them against the world. Dark Souls demands that you master every encounter, but Bloodborne never even gives you that option. Every fight is an uphill battle that increases the incline the closer you get to the peak. One has you mastering the game long before you can complete it, and the other requires you to master it within the first hour, and rewards you with the knowledge that you can never be on the same level as the enemies. Dark Souls is a traditional, grueling RPG, and Bloodborne is a fast-paced character action game. And it's glorious. But frankly, all of that is old hat by this point. Taking the Souls engine and building a character action game out of it was probably the most genius maneuver FromSoft has ever pulled. What I wanted to talk about, however, is really what the game inspires in me. I am a huge fan of Hunter the Reckoning. I never got to play the old pen and paper game, but I own all the video games. They were a big part of my high school life, and not just for Carpenter. I don't have any footage, of course, because I can't record anything pre-Xbox 360, but we'll go ahead and soldier on anyway. I love Hunter so much that as a GM I have used GURPS to make an adaptation out of it. I have adapted other game stories and settings to it as well, and it works out pretty well thematically. Given the chance, I would adapt Bloodborne to it as well, because a fusion of Hunter and Blood really would just work. The ideas and philosophies that make up Bloodborne are the same that make up Hunter. Something's wrong. A few factions of mystically imbued normies gear up to take on the forces of the night, with the ever-present threat that you could one day become the monsters you hunt. Hunters share knowledge, form factions, and even sometimes foster distrust of other hunters. Bet you can't tell the difference between the two anymore. Building your characters, finding new items, skills, weapons, and styles for your characters to seek out those that bump in the night, assisting others in their journey, sharing knowledge because it's the only true commodity that is worth a damn in the fight against preternatural nightmares, knowing 100% that if you had goddamn nuclear ordnance, you still wouldn't be prepared to take on whatever is squatting in that mansion at the top of the hill. Really, about the only difference between the two is that Hunter assumes you are starting in familiar territory. Even thematically, they are cut from the same cloth. Ancient preternatural Lovecraftian horror is what makes up the backbone of Bloodborne's setting, And it's pretty much the same in World of Darkness. And that's the hope that Bloodborne inspires in me. The possibility that if White Wolf takes note, we could someday see a new Hunter the Reckoning. Maybe not something so big as a new tabletop series, but at least another video game. One that would focus more on the character building, meeting out that which bumps in the night, and even the ever-present nightmare that the fear of the hunt will never end. I mean, what the fuck are the Vile Bloods if not vampires? What are the beasts if not differing levels of werewolf and random monsters? What is the church but a powerful faction of mages, possibly even with their own hunters they've tricked into their service? What is signing the Pale Blood contract if not the imbuing? When everything you've ever known becomes a lie, the secret is laid bare and the truth is revealed, and there it stands, in all of its unholy glory, evil personified and presented for hideous edification. Monsters are everywhere, beasts roam the streets, and no one can tell one from the other anymore. So, carve out your glyphs, transcribe your carol runes, and take your place in the hunt. I'm the Necroswanson. Take back the night, inherit the earth, and fear the old blood. And now that that's out of the way, I wanted to throw in a quick channel update for what's going to be happening this month. The end of this semester has been pretty turbulent, so we are on finals week, and because of that, I can't really put together an episode for next week, so we will be missing that. And after that, I'm actually going on vacation to Washington. I am, however, going to be bringing my recording equipment to see if maybe I can't put a year in review together. It's not going to be like last year's where I drew out 206 little pictures to make a short little vignette type video. It's not going to be anything like that. It'll most likely be more of a live commentary type deal where we're just really compiling our thoughts and discussing the year. You know, driving up to Hillside Manor sometime after 2 a.m. to talk a little while about the year. I guess the winter makes you laugh a little slower, makes you talk a little lower about the things you could not show her, and it's been a long December, and there's reason to believe that maybe this year will be better than the last. I can't remember all the times I tried to sell myself to hold on to these moments as they pass. But anyway, so there won't be an episode next week. I'm probably going to be putting out updates of travel logs and just making random shit to let you know that I'm still alive and working on something. Maybe not. Watch them, don't watch them, I don't know. And then I'm going to be getting with some of my friends and trying to do a year in review for this year. I head back towards Missouri on the 1st. I won't be back in town until the 3rd, and even then, that week I have a dentist appointment, so probably small updates between now and the 12th for the most part, with a year in review coming. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your holidays.